Hello everyone, my name is Tram, and this talk is about an artificial material that can replace a tissue in the eye called a vitreous humor. The vitreous humor is a clear gel occupying 80% of the eye's volume. You can find it between the lens and the retina. One of its roles is to maintain an oxygen gradient with a high concentration of oxygen near the retina and low concentration of oxygen near the lens. And the role of this oxygen gradient is to protect the lens from oxidative damage. It is established by vitamin C. A concentration of vitamin C is 2 millimolar, which is 40 times higher in the vitreous humor than in the blood. And it accounts for 75% of total reactive antioxidant potential in the eye. However, the vitreous humor degrades with age and will need to be removed and replaced. The current vitreous substitutes are silicone oil or saline solutions, which are all liquid and not the gel-like material as the natural vitreous humor. And it also exposes the lens to oxidative damage. As you can see here, the concentration of oxygen after vitrectomy near the lens is now higher compared to the normal level. In fact, up to 95% of patients require cataract extraction within 2 years after the vitrectomy. So the solution that we are proposing to solve this problem is an antioxidant releasing hydrogel that can replace the vitreous humor. The hydrogel is composed of PEGDA and PEGMA, polyethylene glycol diacrylate, and polyethylene glycol methacrylate. The hydrogels were synthesized using the free radical polymerization technique, purified, loaded with vitamin C, and finally put in a syringe equipped with a small gauge needle. We used a rheometer to determine the mechanical properties of the hydrogels and also of the human vitreous humor. And we found that the modulus for both the human vitreous and the hydrogels were between 0.1 and 10 Pascal, with G prime representing the solid-like component of the material called, or also called storage modulus, being higher than the G double prime, also called loss modulus, representing the liquid-like component of the material. We also found that the hydrogels can be injected through a small gauge needle, as you can see here, without any damage. In this figure, quantitatively show that at low percent strain, the G prime for both hydrogels is higher than the G double prime, representing the solid-like characteristic of the hydrogel. However, at high percent strain, 700 or 1000% strain, the G prime is now lower than the G double prime, meaning that the hydrogel becomes from solid-like to liquid-like, meaning it can flow now through the syringe. And the modulus of the hydrogels is also lower compared to the normal level at high percent strain. However, when the strain is reduced to the normal level at 10% strain, the mechanical properties of the hydrogels are also restored to the normal condition. We also found that the hydrogels and vitamin C can both reduce the oxidative damage on the retinal cells and the lens cells, as represented using reactive oxygen species activity, compared to the control group culture in just plain media. So the takeaway point from this is that a hydrogel that releases vitamin C can be used as a vitreous substitute. There is a clear clinical need for a more holistic vitreous substitute, one that can replace both the physical and biochemical functions of the natural vitreous humor. We are addressing this problem by combining antioxidant, vitamin C, with polymeric hydrogel to make antioxidant releasing vitreous substitutes that can restore the oxygen balance in the vitreous humor and protect the lens from oxidative damage. So the current clinical situation is that cataract extraction is required for up to 95% of patients within 2 years of vitrectomy. And it is our goal that no cataract extraction is required for patients post-vitrectomy. With that, I would like to thank the Swindle Riley Lab for their help, and I would like to also thank you for your time and attention.